Happy Friday. Glorious day in the Seattle, Washington area. A little chilly this morning, but not as chilly as it's been the last few days. Usually that's how it is. If it's clear skies, then the night was cold. And so I get up and I have to do these walks in 30-degree temperatures, but that's okay. I'm used to it. Been here my whole life, with the exception of college, but okay. So the ride went okay yesterday. I ended up not doing much legs because I wanted to rest my back a little bit more because I'm starting back on sumos and conventionals. Tomorrow will be my first day back in, I think, almost 2 weeks. But I'm back on it tomorrow. I'm dumping the pin lay, unfortunately. I don't really want to. Maybe I'll reintroduce it after I've got maybe like a couple months of deadlifting back up under my belt, but I don't want to do anything too crazy because once you start getting all, you know, out of control with everything, then it's going to, you know, irritate my back, and I just don't want to go through all that stuff. Man, she's just all in the business, ain't she? So yeah, today rest day, but I did walk. I'm doing active rest pretty much every day. As I said before, I'm just gonna walk every single day until I just can't do it anymore. If I don't walk, then I'm going to do one of the riding locations where it requires me to walk quite a bit. But I at least want to get 9,000 to 10,000 steps on my walks. So I think that's looking at about 400, maybe 400 calories burned through just that walk. And if I'm doing that 7 days a week, that's quite a bit of a deficit. So I'm very interested in maintaining that. Because like I said in the past, on looking at the data, because I keep all the data, looking at the data, I can look back and I can say, okay, well, when I was pushing extremely hard, that's when I was getting great results. The thing is I have to find a balance between like the way I'm eating and that work ethic for sustainability. That's my personal issue, and the issue of wanting to become a better rider, but also wanting to become a better power lifter at the same time as well, and cut. So, you know, it's very difficult, and doing all this with a back injury. So, you know, it's not easy. So quickly, because I don't want to go all crazy today. I don't want to have a long video today. I just don't feel like it. I got things on my mind and research to do. So check this out. Talking about the data. You have to keep the data. I was talking about macros yesterday, but you have to write everything down. You get up in the morning, you write your weight goal down, and start writing down your weight goal and what time you want your eating window to be in, so you can program your mind. Write that stuff down twice a day. Don't just write it down in the morning. You know, I know people like to get in the habit of writing down their goals in the morning. You should be writing down all of your goals. I'm just gonna talk about the weight goals and the eating window goals, or the foods that you wanna stay away from. You should be writing those things down every day. You don't gotta write down all of them. Just write down a couple. You know, write down a couple of foods that you know that you can't eat as an endomorph, that you may have been struggling with, or you continue to struggle with, you know, eating in large quantities that you know that you shouldn't be eating. You know, make sure you're writing those goals down. Make sure you're writing that weight goal down. You know, make sure you're writing that eating window down. If you are doing intermittent fasting, write down that eating window. I'm only gonna eat between these hours. You know, you have to keep the data. You have to write down your weight. You have to write down the weight when you wake up. You have to write down the weight after you work out, especially if you're working out fasted and you're just having some liquids before you work out. Write down your post-workout weight. That's telling you how much you're exerting. That's telling you how much oxygen or carbon dioxide you're breathing out, which is, you know, how you lose weight. You know, not only do we lose weight through our body, you know, burning fat for energy if we're not raising our insulin levels and eating the right amount of food and not having a carbohydrate spillover, but we also lose weight because of breathing. A percentage of your weight comes out every time you breathe. It ain't 1%, but maybe it's 1% of 1%. You know what I mean? But every time you breathe, you are releasing fumes into the air, and part of those fumes is the energy that you have used to run your body, to power your body. So you want to be writing these things down. You want to be tracking all these numbers. It is imperative if you have a long road ahead of you. If you have 100 pounds to lose and you've been spinning your wheels, you need to start tracking all the data that you can. You cannot afford to not track every single piece of data. You can't, especially if you're looking for a sustainable way of maintaining your weight loss. Write everything down, even the stuff I haven't talked about. Anything you could think of that you believe is going to help you figure out what's going on with you, mental cues, anything. The habits, the behavior I was talking about the other day. Write all that stuff down. Keep a journal. Keep a food journal. Keep a log of everything that you're doing. Write down every single thing, as much stuff as you could write down every day. Write it down. But the big ones are the daily weight, the weight goals, the foods you need to stay away from, the eating window. Those are the most important things. Happy Friday.